I took my kid to the local park on a sunny afternoon, hoping for nothing more than laughter, fresh air, and a peaceful break from daily stress. The park was usually clean, family-friendly, and full of parents like me just trying to give their children a happy childhood. But that day, something instantly ruined my mood. At the bottom of the slide area, right where kids land and run barefoot, I noticed several empty glass Bacardi Breezer bottles scattered around. Some were broken, some were intact, but all of them were dangerous. Glass? Alcohol bottles? In a children's play area. I felt my blood boil. My kid was just seconds away from running straight into that mess. I grabbed them quickly and told them to wait. As I carefully picked up the bottles using a tissue, I couldn't stop thinking, what kind of irresponsible people do this? This wasn't just littering. This was endangering kids. While I was still fuming, I noticed a group of young adults sitting on a bench nearby. Loud laughter, music playing from a phone, and, surprise, Bacardi Breezers in their hands. Same brand. Same bottles. Same careless attitude. I didn't say anything at first, I just watched. After a few minutes, one of them stood up, finished his drink, and casually tossed the empty bottle toward the slide area. Again. That was it. I walked over calmly and said, "Hey, this is a kids' park. There are glass bottles near the slide. Someone could get seriously hurt." One guy laughed and replied, "Relax, man. It's just a bottle. Kids should watch where they run." That sentence flipped a switch in my head. Instead of arguing, I smiled and said, "All right, fair enough." Then I walked away. But I wasn't done. A few minutes later, I noticed the park security booth near the entrance. I walked straight there and explained everything. Glass bottles, alcohol, kids playing, and the group refusing to clean up. The guard sighed and said, "You're not the first to complain about them." That's when karma started warming up. The guard called his supervisor. The supervisor called local enforcement. Within 10 minutes, 2 officers walked into the park. The group saw them and instantly went quiet. The officers walked straight to the bench and started asking questions. IDs were checked. Bags were searched. Turns out, drinking alcohol in that public park was illegal. Glass bottles were strictly banned. And one of the guys already had a warning on record. The laughter was gone. One guy tried to argue. Another tried to act innocent. The same guy who laughed at me earlier suddenly couldn't make eye contact. They were fined. All remaining bottles were confiscated. And they were told to leave immediately. As they walked past me, one of them muttered, "People should mind their own business." I looked him dead in the eye and said calmly, "People should protect their kids." He had nothing to say. After they left, the park felt peaceful again. Parents relaxed, kids ran freely. My child went back to the slide, smiling like nothing had happened. That's when it hit me. Revenge doesn't always need shouting. Sometimes, karma just needs a small push. And honestly, watching them walk away embarrassed and fined while the park stayed safe for kids, that was satisfying. Just when I thought the situation was over, something happened that made the entire experience even more unforgettable. About 20 minutes after the group was kicked out, I noticed a woman walking toward me. She looked upset but also relieved. She said, "Were you the one who complained about the bottles?" I nodded. She exhaled deeply and said, "Thank you. My daughter cut her foot here last week. We had to rush her to the hospital. I complained, but nobody took it seriously." That sentence hit me hard. This wasn't a one-time mistake. This had already hurt a child before. Other parents slowly gathered around us. One dad said he had seen those same people drinking in the park almost every weekend. Another mother admitted she stopped bringing her kids in the evening because it felt unsafe. Suddenly, it wasn't just my problem anymore. The park supervisor returned, this time with a clipboard. He started taking names and phone numbers from parents who had complaints. He said the park management had received warnings before, but never enough pressure to act. That day changed that. The supervisor announced that starting immediately, no alcohol checks would be ignored. Evening patrols would increase. Warning signs would be installed near play areas. Parents actually clapped. But the real twist came later. About an hour after everything calmed down, I saw the same group again, this time standing outside the park fence, staring in. One of them recognized me. He walked up to the fence and said, "Bro, we didn't know it was that serious." I didn't respond immediately. He continued, "We just come here to chill, that's it." I finally replied, calm but firm, "Kids come here to be safe, big difference." He nodded slowly. Then he said something I didn't expect. "My little brother plays here too." That stopped me. For the first time, I saw guilt on his face. Not fake embarrassment, real realization. He looked back at his friends and said, "We messed up." They quietly walked away. No shouting, no drama. Just reality sinking in. Weeks later, I kept visiting the same park. The difference was noticeable. No glass. No alcohol. More families. More laughter. One evening, my kid pointed at the slide and said, "Daddy, this park is clean now." That sentence alone was worth everything. Sometimes people think revenge has to be loud. But real power is protecting others without needing applause. That day, I didn't just stop careless people. I helped make a space safer for dozens of kids. And that kind of karma? It lasts longer than any fine. I didn't ruin their fun. I saved someone else's child. And I'd do it again.